Hey, it's me, VV, and welcome to Vana Vitriolic. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello, hello. If you're watching this, you're most likely a patron, so thank you very much for, I got to get into the habit of saying that PBS thing. You know, this channel is made possible by viewers like you. If you're not a patron and you want to get involved, link is in the description. You can basically submit and vote on all future content for this channel, which excites me because I like the idea of that. So anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LA Noire, episode 18. Really liking this game. It's, as I said, a very unique game. It's a very interesting niche kind of game. There's not a lot of games that exist like this, even though it's a mystery type game. But obviously, you know, sort of noir, you know, 1950s, I guess 40s technically, little game like that. So anyways, the Quarter Moon Murders, partner Rusty Galloway. There's been some interesting comments on this series about Rusty from me and also from the commenters. So anyways, let's take a look at case objectives first. Because, yeah, it gives us kind of... I'm going to read this basically at the start of every episode because it puts us back into, you know, being able to know what's happening, of course. Another case broken by the Los Angeles Examiner. If this latest letter is to be believed, Elizabeth Short's killer has grown impatient waiting to be caught. He's sending the typewritten notes to taunt us, to goad us into a chase. Any fool could see that we're walking into an ambush, but we may have put 5 innocent men on death row. It's time to finish this. And that's exactly what I was thinking, is that, yeah, it sounds like, and I wasn't really sure what the game was going for, that all of these people were innocent because it ties back to the serial killer. But that's super weird because definitely a lot of them have motive and there's just evidence everywhere, and a lot of them are very angry, like that one dude, Grosvenor Mackenzie, whatever his last name was, who had an outburst. It seemed like he was the killer, but... Anyways, investigate Pershing Square. That's right, because we got the letter from the serial killer, it would seem, and Cole was saying, would he make it so obvious as to put the evidence in the in that square, that fountain or whatever.
The cop that won the medal and is solving all the
And that's
cases?
what's tricky to me, is like I'm trying to figure out like what the poems and stuff mean, because who was it that wrote the poems? Because yeah, like I'm really bad with that, like allegories and stuff like that, symbolism. I'm terrible with it, so it's hard for me to like look at a poem and understand what the guy is trying to say, because I was trying to glean any hints from it, but I really couldn't remember the poet, because I've actually seen a bunch of stuff recently that dealt with poets, like the Gorge. There was like a whole thing about poets, I think T.S. Eliot and that, and then I feel like another thing, and then also this game as well, so I'm getting a lot of that mixed up. Anyways, let's go ahead and drive over. I think I left Rusty, didn't I? I totally left Rusty, I believe. I wonder what happens. I don't know if you need to have your partner with you, but Rusty is definitely way back there, that little blue dot on our map down there. I'm just going to keep going. Hopefully Rusty just shows up. I feel like if I were making this game, I definitely would have a mechanic of like, hey, you need to wait to your, you know, for your partner to be with you. Otherwise, it doesn't really make sense that he would be at the scene. Oh my gosh. Why'd you do that? Pershing Square, 2:50 p.m. I almost said 250 p.m. The heck does that mean? Okay, looks like Rusty's with us. All right, so yeah, the serial killer plotline is developing, which is super duper interesting, because I wasn't sure. I guess we'll just walk right up to the fountain, because we're looking for the fountain, right? That's going to get...
local hobos use that as a latrine.
That is disgusting. Yep, and somebody put something right here. Let's start with the letter.
There is a cave, all overgrown with trailing, odorous plants which curtain out the day. Where next?
So yeah, I'm trying to understand like what these mean. It's very hard for me to do when it's steeped in allegory and like symbolism and stuff like that. I'm not good at it. There's a cave all overgrown with trailing, odorous plants, which curtain out the day with leaves and flowers, and paved with veined emerald, and a fountain leaps is capitalized, in the midst with an awakening sound. From its curved roof, the mountain's frozen tiers like snow or silver or long diamond spires hang downward, raining forth a doubtful light. See, this is like, it means nothing to me. Which is why I love George R. Martin's writing, because like it's so straightforward. It's not steeped in allegory and stuff like that, which makes me feel stupid saying, because I want to understand it, but I'm just so bad at it. So I'm not sure what that means or how easy it would be to discern what it means anyways. And then that's a social security card, isn't it?
Elizabeth Short. Betty Short. Black Dahlia.
Yeah, what was the deal with Elizabeth Short? I guess that person was the victim of... I would imagine that's in real life. Elizabeth Short was killed by the Black Dahlia killer. Because we heard about something related to that, right? Okay. So that means he's the confirmed
Social
killer.
Security card.
Jesus Christ.
That's not all. There's another stanza from Shelley.
Can you work it out?
Decipher the second
Got a city
excerpt.
map? See if you can work out where he's taking us. I don't like this freak leading us around by the nose.
The poem excerpts use the main map to study landmarks and set a destination. Okay, that's going to be challenging. How do I even see the note again, though? Oh, I guess in evidence, obviously. Okay, so yeah, Shelley, who I'm not familiar with at all. I only know Marie Shelley, which is a woman, right? I was always confused by that, because like a woman wrote the Frankenstein stuff way back in the day. Unless it's a man. I'm getting all sorts of confused. I'm not good at poetry, is what I'm ultimately trying to say. Anyways, okay, so we've got clues, right? And then here we've got the second excerpt, which I'm not even sure if it's going to say. It does say. Okay, so we need to figure out where this is. There's a cave all overgrown with trailing odorous plants, which curtain out the day with leaves and flowers and paved with veined emeralds, and a fountain leaps in the midst with an awakening sound. From its curved roof, the mountain's frozen tiers, like snow or silver or long diamond spires, hang downward, raining forth a doubtful light. So that... Okay, so something that resembles a cave, basically. And then we have to take a look at the map here. I wonder if the game's going to give me any sort of, like, you know, confirmation that we know where this is. So what are these? Christ Crown of Thorns? Oh, did we, like, find it immediately? Built in 1858, Christ Crown of Thorns was a Gothic revival masterpiece, but fell into disrepair after a tree collapsed the roof in the storm of September 1939. A work of lead light rises above the abandoned altar, depicting the crucifixion and a weeping virgin. I mean, there is definitely some stuff there that ties into how that was described. The Mayfair Hotel, definitely not. The Intolerance set. Great Wall of Babylon set was built for D.W. Griffith's silent epic Intolerance, which I guess is real. I've never even heard of Intolerance outside of this game. More than 3,000 extras paraded past the altar and thrown beneath 8 giant plaster elephants. The film, the most expensive ever produced at the time, flopped at the box office. Oof. Good Samaritan Hotel. And then we've got the Mayfair Hotel. What is this? Hidden Vehicle. So I'm going to put it here. This is the thing that sounds like what it is to me currently. But let's take a look at the other stuff. L.A. County Art Museum. When concerned citizens had it recreated as a cultural center, the museum kept fine art, while the Rose Garden hid wonders such as a sphere within a sphere, celestial model, or an armillary sphere. So that also ties to plants, but not really any cave symbology. Although it looks like there's a observatory up there, which I guess could be construed as some sort of cave. I'm not sure. Westlake Tar Pits. Oh, yeah, the tar pits. That was always interesting to me about L.A. Father Juan Crespi wrote of Los Volcanos da Brea. In 1769, by 1901, archaeological specimens were emerging, including the skeleton of a human female in 1914. Trauma to her skull suggests that she may have been LA's first recorded homicide. Interesting. Okay, that could be it, too. I have to reread the description. What else do we have? Hidden vehicle, and then that's the police station. What about up here? Hidden vehicle, hidden vehicle. I'm assuming it's showing me all of the different areas, right? Hidden vehicle. I mean, maybe not, because like there definitely would be landmarks up here, right? So I don't think the game's going to make me just like go around the map and try to discover other landmarks. So let's see what else we got. Intolerance set, and then we've got the public library. I don't think it would be that, although it does say the light of learning at the end. There was something about light, right? Okay, Angel's Flight. It's a railway. Don't think anything goes with that. The Bradbury Building. Marble staircases, ornate ironwork railings, all inspired by the futurist writings of Edward Bellamy. Central Police Station, Hall of Records. Ooh, that kind of looks like a cave. The distinctive twin Gothic towers of the Hall of Records rise above a dome skylight. Some 50 feet across, the glasswork depicts a mountain cave overgrown with plants. Okay, it's literally that. Wow, okay, that was like super duper close to it. I really expected it to be to the tar pits. Yeah, I expected it to be the tar pits, because that would be interesting, but no. It's definitely the Hall of Records, and our objective got updated too. Yeah, that description was right on the money. Cool.
Going too fast.
I usually feel like I'm bad at things like that, so I'm glad to be able to isolate where that actually was. If we're right, I mean, I guess we could be wrong, obviously. All right, let's go, Mr. Rusty.
Him. It's really him, the fuck who killed the Dahlia. Can you believe this? He's leading us.
It's his game, Rusty. You may want someone to catch him, but he's extremely dangerous. I doubt if he will give up easily.
Suits me down to the fucking ground. We clip this fuck and we get citations. What a day to be a cop. That pencil-pushing Parker won't be able to shove me aside after this.
All units also needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Yeah, I'm curious how much of this relates to the actual Black Dahlia. I'm curious, like, how, you know, what about this game is actually historically accurate? Because you would have to have some tie-ins, obviously, right? Because I don't really know much about the Black Dahlia. I do want to read about it after, you know, I beat this game. I don't want to get any sort of spoilers. Hall of Records, 3:05 p.m. We're making good time, although I guess not, because we've only been recording for 15 minutes. So it makes sense. Hall of Records. Now we've got the photo, which I guess we have to be in a car to take a look at, huh?
Can I help you, sir?
Scale the chandelier. Ooh.
Detectives, LAPD. This is very important, sir. How do we get to the top of the chandelier?
You what?
Have a little faith, pal. We're in a real hurry.
Head up to the top floor. There's an access panel and a ladder in the maintenance room.
Appreciate it. Oh, I didn't remember to check the evidence thing to see if we got everything, but I think we did. Obviously, this is a situation where the game is leading us pretty linearly to where we need to go. By the way, I didn't realize the Hall of Records was like this. This is a super cool building. I would definitely love to visit this in real life. Although, like I said, I've only been to California one time for a business thing to see a game before it came out. I think we're going through here.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy.
It's been a year. What's he
Maybe
waiting for?
not. We're trying to get to an access panel. I can see a ladder over there. I'm not sure if the game wants me to interact with that.
Top of my class back east. Now I'm waiting tables.
I'm wondering why we're led to here, but it's the only thing that we can access, so I'm assuming that's where we have to go. Or maybe not. There's actually more golden handles, which is quite interesting. Why would it... Maybe we'll have to go back in there to, like, take a look at a record or something. Yeah, this is maintenance. This is where we want to be.
Let's go.
Wow, Rusty, how the heck did you teleport inside of here? Use L to move forward and back. Oh,
What
he's
out there,
just...
Rusty?
He's just going for it.
Better you than me. Be careful. Could be a trap.
Okay, looks like we've got some sort of watch.
Deirdre Muller's missing watch.
Yeah, so that's what I was kind of confused at through the entire game is like, okay, are these husbands actually committing murders? They seem incredibly like they have a lot of motive and a lot of evidence against them, but this was specifically that guy, Hugo Muller's wife, who seemed like a killer, but no, it would seem, yeah, it's really this serial killer that's behind everything, which could be one of the suspects too, I suppose.
From the temples high of man's ear and eye, roofed over sculptures and poesy. Where have I seen that?
From the temples high of man's ear and eye.
Jesus Christ, Cole, get off that goddamn thing.
Okay, looks like we're swinging.
There isn't time. See if you can swing that thing from side to side. Get it over the edge, then jump for it.
I'm a-going. All right, I'm assuming I'm going to get a button prompt to jump.
Swing.
That combat roll at the end there. Nice little bit of flair.
That was too close.
Yeah, well, the higher you climb, the further you fall.
Let's get out of here.
Another Dahlia clue?
No, a yellow gold wristwatch.
The Molar Dame.
Yes, and a scrap of the poem.
Another location.
If I can work it out.
Okay, decipher the third excerpt. That didn't really pop into my head immediately. Here's our car here. I wonder if can we just get into all these different cars and like activate them in the compendium or whatever you want to call it? I don't see why not. Buick Coupe. Yeah, but that's going to take a lot of time. Don't really care about that. Okay, so let's go into clues. And then we've got the third excerpt. So it seems like when we get it right, it does change our objective on the left. From the temples high of man's ear and eye, roofed over sculpture and poesy. What is a poesy? I feel like it's a plant, but I don't know. From the murmurings of the unsealed springs where science bedews his daedal wings. Daedal. What does that sound from? It sounds like Daedric almost. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of like religious iconography from the temples high of man's ear and eye, roofed over sculpture and poesy, from the murmurings of the unsealed springs. Unsealed springs, where science bedews his daedal wings. So something related to science is the best thing I'm getting out of that. Nothing pops into my head immediately, but let's take a look at the map. What do we got? So that's El Pueblo de Los Angeles. It's a monument where Los Angeles was founded. Juan Crespi. There's Juan Crespi again. Settlement party of just 11 families established the Pueblo town on September 4th, 1781, which is always crazy to think about. You ever think about, like, God, that was only, 225 years ago, just about 250 years ago, which seems like a long time, but ultimately in the grand scheme of things, isn't really that long, and, like, so many things have changed since then. Union Station cost $11 million. Wow. Its grand tiled marble waiting room and outdoor garden patios have led it to being called the last of the great railway stations. Don't think it's that. And again, we're going to operate under the idea that, it's already on our map somewhere. So we got the Bradbury building. We're looking for something related to science. I mean, this one was the futurist. Yeah, but I think that's tenuous. Angel's Flight. Oh, maybe this. World's Shortest Railroad. Because there's something was about angels, I feel like. A sailor attempting to walk up the track was crushed by one of the cars. Operated with a good safety record until then. Wow. We've got the public library. Good Hugh, drew on ancient Egypt to create his high temple-like central library, roofed over the mosaic pyramid, and a sculptured torch-bearing hand stands at the apex representing the scientific light of learning. It's got to be that, right? I'm going to hit that. Investigate the public library. So it says objective updated, so I don't know if that means we're correct or not, but that definitely sounds like it to me.
He keeps mementos from all his victims.
This guy needs to be taken out of circulation.
He takes pleasure at stringing us along. demonstrating how much smarter he is.
You can enjoy it while it lasts. Got you now, genius. Coming for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the Black Dahlia went. Were they ever caught? That's the thing that's really, like, interesting me. Like, was the Black Dahlia caught, or was it another one of those situations where, like, you know, they never really caught the guy? Like the Zodiac, although I guess recently they did figure out who the Zodiac was, or at least it was very, very much hinted at that there was a strong connection. Anyways, the quote of the episode, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be, have you ever played D&D? I know it's a tenuous connection here, but my character I just made the backstory for, and it's a little bit mysterious, so, you know, the mystery element tying into this. I know I've talked about D&D quite a lot recently, but have you, or do you have any interest in playing Dungeons and Dragons? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know. Is this the library? Los Angeles Public Library. But I'm not sure if we can enter through here. This doesn't really have the golden... Oh, there we go. Okay. LA Public Library, 3:30 p.m. We're making amazing time. Climb the library tower.
I'm not hauling myself up there. Go get him, Tiger.
I will go get them. Yeah, I guess
Slow me
Cole's
down
still got
anyway,
that
old-timer.
military training, that military conditioning. But yeah, basically making my guy a Triton, who's kind of like a, you know, like an Atlantean, basically. Comes from the depths of the ocean. He's going to be a sorcerer and basically was a worshiper of the god of the seas in this homebrewed world. And then eventually he found a desecrated temple under the seas that changed him forever, giving him his sorceress powers. And now he's basically, you know, wanting to explore the world and try to figure out what happened. Because basically he was a pirate, and when he discovered that desecrated temple, a big event happened, gave him the powers, but also, like, killed his crew, and he barely survived. So I'm giving him some plot hooks so that the Dungeon Master can kind of create a mystery, you know, involving his backstory and everything. So, have you played D&D? Let me know in the comment section below. I love it so much. Cannot recommend it enough if you're interested in it. You know, obviously, it's just basically group storytelling, kind of coming up with a cool story together with a whole bunch of different backstories and stuff. So, at the time of this recording, we're going to be starting that campaign very soon, and I am very, very excited. I really, really want to play a sorcerer. So excited to be playing a full-on spellcaster for the first time. Okay, so we're doing some parkour here. Looks like, yeah, he's placing the evidence clues at the very top of these buildings. I'm glad we're getting it right, though. I feel like when I first played this game way back in the day, I definitely was not nearly as intelligent in figuring out these puzzles. Oh, my God. I don't know if that was me or just the game doing that. Also, our hat is long gone. Also, are we even supposed to be...
a step backwards is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I was going to say, because we want to... I don't know where this is... Are we, like, wanting to jump over there? I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if the game wants me to, like, try to jump over to the, Oh, my God! I did not expect that to happen. Okay, rest in peace, Cole.
I'm not hauling myself up there. Go get him, Tiger.
You'd slow me down anyway, old-timer.
God, imagine ending your police detective career like that. Jesus. Yeah, that's my bad, Cole. I usually don't fail those types of, like, balancing act little, wonder what you would call that. Gameplay mechanic in a little tiny, like, thing that you see all the time in video games. I just wasn't sure because the other side was leading me back down, and we're obviously trying to get, you know, up to the top of something. So I wasn't exactly sure where we were wanting to head there. Okay, balance it correctly, Cole. There you go. There you go. One foot in front of the other. You've got it. Just like that, my boy. Just like that, my boy. And for anybody that has not played Dungeons & Dragons and are interested in at least, like, seeing if it would be for you, I can't recommend Dimension 20 enough. It's basically a, like, subsidiary of the YouTube channel Dropout, which used to be College Humor. If you just look up Fantasy High, you can watch their first ever, like, full campaign. And it's pretty condensed because they made it a show compared to an actual campaign. But yeah, if you search on YouTube Fantasy High, you can check that out if you're interested and see if Dungeons & Dragons may be for you or not. For me, man, I just love, improv. I love creativity, coming up with characters, the role play element, obviously the, like, board game element of rolling
Sometimes
dice.
a step backwards is a step in the right direction.
Okay, I'm assuming he just means we got to go forwards, but I guess going down meaning backwards. I don't know. That was a little confusing. Okay, so we'll head back over here. It looks like we got another ladder. But yeah, check out Fantasy High, where basically it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a high school Dungeons & Dragons campaign, but set in a fantasy world. And it was phenomenal, man. It was a really, really great little mini campaign. I say mini campaign. It was like a full campaign, but like I said, it's very condensed to fit a show format. Oh, it's just here in the corridor? I was expecting a bit of a better placement.
Our Lady of Guadalupe, ripped from Antonia's necklace.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not remembering a lot of these names. Antonia, there's so many names to remember in this game. I feel like they should almost pop up with like a picture of the victim or something, or the case whenever they're mentioning somebody, but maybe that's just me.
Round which death laughed, sepulchred emblems of dead destruction, ruin within ruin. So this is a treasure hunt.
Round which death laughed, sepulchered. What's a sepulcher? It's like something to do with like a graveyard, right? Sepulcher, it's like something to do with a gravestone, isn't it? Emblems of dead destruction, ruin within ruin. The wrecks beside of many a city vast, whose population which the earth grew over was mortal but not human. See, they lie their monstrous works and uncouth skeletons, their statues, homes, and fanes, prodigious shapes huddled in gray annihilation, split, jammed in the hard black deep. It sounds like a graveyard to me. Something with a lot of death, is the vibe I'm getting there, but I'm not entirely sure. See what Cole has to say about it.
What is it this time?
The religious medal from the Maldonado case.
The Dahlia, Moeller, Maldonado. When this gets out...
We still have to find the guy, Rusty.
Another poem. Well, you must have some idea, right? Come on, Phelps. We're on a roll here. Don't let me down.
Decipher the fourth excerpt.
There's the guy. I heard he's an honest cop. There's an oxymoron for you.
How dare you? What? Excuse me? Yeah, I would think it's some cemetery, but we have not really... I don't even think we hovered over a cemetery, did we? Pershing Square. That's where we started. LA Public Library. We got the Bradbury Building. It's got to be something over here. Intolerance set. More than 3,000 extras paraded past the altar and throne. Elephants. No, I don't think it's that. The Mayfair Hotel. Roaring 20s, glass etchings, brass fixtures, and grand columns in its lobby. Raymond Chandler lived at the Mayfair briefly before he found success as an author. Good Samaritan Hospital. Briefly known as the Los Angeles Hospital and Home for Invalids, the center was renamed when a Good Samaritan donated funding for new property and larger quarters. I was thinking it could be that. Yeah, now I'm kind of wondering because I don't have... Oh, the tar pits. Right. Could it be the tar pits? The County Art Museum. Yeah, this one's a little bit trickier. I don't know what this one would be. Let's take a look at our journal again.
Poor lady killed near City Hall.
Fourth excerpt. Yeah, this one's tricky. Round which death laughed. Sepulchered emblems of dead destruction, ruin within ruin. The wrecks beside of many a city vast, whose population with the earth, which the earth grew over, was mortal but not human. See, they lie, their monstrous works and uncouth skeletons, their statues, homes, and fanes, prodigious shapes, huddled in gray annihilation, split, jammed in the hard black deep. It's got to be the tar pits. The hard black deep. I would think that that's the tar pits, but I definitely could be wrong. Let's see. Where's those tar pits at? Hidden vehicle. Westlake tar pits. Yeah? We do have the objective update. It's got to be that, right? I mean, you have the tar pits. You have to use that in like a murder mystery plot, right? It's such a unique thing. How do we even get out of here? What is this parking lot?
You booze hounds are a liability on the road.
You booze hound. I don't know how to get out of here. I guess it's this way. Yeah, some of these LA parking
We're gonna
lots.
catch hell for this. Banging up innocent men.
The newspapers will crucify the guy. They won't have time to wonder about our mistakes. We'll be okay, Rusty, as long as we catch the guy.
I hope you're right, Cole. We'll be famous if we make this case.
All units enter the shooting 943 South Broadway at Levine's Liquor Store. 943 South Broadway at Levine's Liquor Store. Any unit to handle code 2, identify.
Not gonna happen. Sorry. Yeah, this is really interesting because I thought you could actually charge wrong people, as I said earlier in the playthrough. But the thing is that, like, you have to. Up until this point, you don't have a choice. If the serial killer is responsible for a lot of these killings, you still have to choose, you know, whether it's Eli or whether it was Hugo Muller. You have to make a choice there. So I'm curious as to... I feel like there's still elements in this game where you can make the wrong choice. So we're obviously still going to, like, stay prescient of that and stay trying to, you know, choose the right people for the right thing. But yeah, it seems like we don't have much choice up until this point. You know, we have to choose whoever seems more fitting. Although I did read something where, like, apparently the game does want you to choose certain people. Like Eli, when I personally felt that Hugo Muller might have been the actual killer, more so. But Eli was the, you know, the, I don't even know if I want to say it on YouTube, but, you know, the guy into children. So obviously the you know, the police wanted you, the chief wanted you to take down Eli because he was far more the, you know, reprehensible character. But ultimately, it doesn't seem like it matters because they were both innocent of that particular murder, which is why there was so many, like, weird instances. You know, a lot of things did not line up, which I was kind of wondering what that was all about, because I really did not remember that, like, they seem to be innocent and really there's a serial killer in the background doing this stuff, which is a great plot. But it's a little tricky when trying to figure out what choices to make as the player. You know what I mean? Alright, so it looks like we're close. Do we have to walk there on foot?
Helps. The siren.
Yeah, I'm using the siren right now, Rusty. Relax. Can I get up through here? I am very surprised that that worked. I don't know where this game wants me to go. It's like, the tar pit's like in the middle there. I think if I... Well, there's a little dock there! Oh my god.
Breathe, damn it!
The game, like, stopped me from being able to drive into the tar pit. Alright, let's go, like... Yeah, it looks like we need to drive up through here. We're looking for some sort of, like, cutscene. There we go. Westlake Tar Pits, 4:10 p.m. At first, I thought those were real animals, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make sense logistically. Landmarks discovered, 12 out of 30. Okay, so what are we looking for?
These are my best shoes, Phelps. I'll leave you to it.
Why was Rusty smiling so broadly in that cutscene there?
Very funny.
Ah, because we had to put on the waders. Reach the island, Westland Tar Pits. Move quickly between safe platforms.
Cole, those boards are sinking. You want to end up like the other fossils?
Okay. So, oh, wow. Well, how safe is this then? If, like, they just, okay, they put,
anyway,
like, some sort of...
Around, Phelps. Can you see it through the tar?
Yeah, I can definitely see it. I mean, what is... If you come here, like, is this just what you have to do?
I'd be doing better if you were the one trying to get across this thing.
Like, this seems highly unsafe for, like, tourists. Although, I would really like to visit this. This is a very interesting, not your average tourist attraction, you know?
Whoa!
Looks like just a giant oil slick. I guess that's what it is, right?
Now, Phelps.
That's at the forefront of my thinking.
Okay, so what island are we trying to reach? This island here, right?
Easy.
Aha!
One of Teresa Terreldson's shoes.
Teresa Terreldson. Who was that? Yeah, it's hard to remember all the victims and like how they differentiate.
A sphere which is as many thousand spheres. Okay, where to now?
Okay, that one should be easy. I think that's the hedge maze, right? Because there was a sphere inside of it. And from the other opening in the wood rushes with loud and whirlwind harmony, a sphere which is as many thousand spheres, solid as crystal, yet through all its mass flow, as through empty space, music and light. It's gotta be that, yeah, that hedge maze, for sure.
What is it?
An open-toed white shoe, and another stanza from the poem.
Oh, I really thought that hobo bum did the Terrelson broad.
Confessions from the insane aren't the most credible evidence, Rusty.
Is this thing over?
It's all part of his power over us, making us run round all over the city for the crumbs he's leaving us.
So if we keep this up, we can find the guy?
Oh, that's right. This was the one with the, yeah, the hobo from the camp. I guess that's my only thing with this game is that, okay, so if those people weren't the actual killers, they were all definitely, like, fit a killer's profile. I kind of wish there were, like, bigger, stinkier things of evidence where you're just like, wait, this really doesn't add up. Because a lot of the time, they do seem like the killers, but I don't know. It's a tricky balance because I guess you do have to make it seem like they would fool the detectives into thinking that they were, you know, the killers. But at the same time, it's just like, man, I kind of wish there was, like, more evidence of, like, wait, what's really happening here, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah, we got to mark the map. Okay, so that should be the hedge maze, I would think. Site, cultural center. The sphere within a sphere, which literally there was, like, what would you call that? Yeah, a metasphere reference in the stanza. So I'm pretty sure it's that, and it's also very close.
So this guy looks out for women in bars who've had too much to drink.
Who are emotionally disturbed.
Need a shoulder to cry on, he plies them with booze.
Probably offers them a lift home.
Then beats their brains out and strangles them. Could be any schmo hanging out in a bar.
No, not anyone. He displays the bodies, leaves us messages. For all the violence, it's very controlled behavior.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't sound like anybody. Like, how would you get away with serial killing? You have to have an edge, ultimately, right? I don't think you can just be a serial killer and be just any Joe Schmo. Or maybe you can. I don't know. There's the sphere, and there's the note on top of it. L.A. County Art Museum.
On it goes. When do you think we'll reach the end of this thing?
Well, considering we just started, Rusty. Okay, so this is the start of the maze, right? Reach the center of the maze. I do like how this game utilizes, like, the LA, you know, attractions or whatever you want to call it as part of the gameplay.
No, I have no intention of going in. I heard that thing's tricky. I'm gonna wait here and have a quiet smoke. Think about hidden meetings.
Yeah, I really don't like Rusty at all. He's the type of guy that's just like, oh, I have seniority, so I don't really have to ever try or do anything. It's like, why are you even a detective? I understand, like, obviously, it's a video game, right? So, like, they want the player to do the stuff. But also, Rusty, yeah, he just uses an excuse every single time to not get involved in his actual job. To just sit down and have a smoke or have a drink or whatever. Now, if I remember correctly, if you're ever in a maze like this, you only just have to follow the left all the time, because the left will eventually lead you through the entire maze. Now, maybe there are separate things, like right here, for instance, we can cut inside the middle of it. But as far as I know, if you always hug the left, you will eventually, like, find your way out or whatever, because I guess just, you know, naturally, it'll lead you out, right? So I'm going to literally do that. Although right here, like I said, this is like... I can hear that sphere moving. I guess if it's like a maze within a maze, if it's kind of like separated from the walls, if that makes sense, then you can get lost or whatever. I think it's right here because I can hear it. Yeah, I hear the sphere rotating. I think we barely just missed. Oh, we found it. Cool. There it is. So what do we got here? That big old ring.
Once belonging to Celine Axford Henry.
Celine Henry. Yeah, I'm having trouble remembering who all these people were. The big garden ring. There were so many rings taken.
Thrones, altars, judgment seats, and prisons. No, it couldn't be.
No, yeah, we definitely read something about thrones. Was that the intolerance set? Thrones, altars, judgment seats, and prisons, wherein and beside which by wretched men were bored scepters, tiaras, swords, and chains, and tomes of reasoned wrong, glozed on by ignorance, where like those monstrous and barbaric shapes the ghosts of a no more remembered fame, which from their unworn obelisks look forth. I think that's the intolerance set, although I could be wrong. Mentioned thrones, right?
See? That was easy.
I found Celine Henry's ring.
How far does this thing go? How did we not catch this nut job?
Decipher the 6th excerpt. So yeah, let's take a look at the map here. It should be the intolerance set, I do believe. Let's see. Mayfair Hotel, Good Samaritan Hospital, intolerance set. Past the altar and throne. Yeah, it literally references that, although that's a little bit tenuous as well, but let's see if it updates our objective. Yep. And that's where we had that one chase with that one guy, because I'm trying to figure out how all this stuff ties together, too. Because there was that one crime lord dude that had his, like, goons chase us through the intolerance set for that one quest, which I'm forgetting exactly which quest that was. But, yeah. Seems like this quest is also tying us to that. Come on, Rusty, get inside. Come on. The least you can do is keep up, man. I know you're a bit heftier of a guy, but at the same time, come on, you can put a little emphasis on keeping the pacing up here. Jesus.
He's leaving us this trail of evidence. Why?
Vanity. He wants to see if there's anyone out there smart enough to catch him.
He leaves us evidence, but every location is a trap.
He's testing us, physically and mentally, to see whether we are worthy of him.
The Titan guy, who had the stoush with God.
Very good. You thinking about reading some Shelley?
All that egghead stuff? I'm sticking to the funny papers and the form guide. You sleep better at night.
All units, the citizen reports a 211 in progress at 9th and Grand. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
The Titan who had a spout with God? Who is that supposed to be? I don't understand that reference. When did God have a fight with a Titan? Not sure exactly what that's about. Also, he said they've all been traps. Yeah, I guess that's true. The chandelier and then the... I guess, like, yeah, the little pathways we had to balance on, and then also a tar pit, literally, and a maze. I mean, they're not that dangerous. The stuff with the heights is, for sure. I think any person in decent shape would be able to do it. For the most part. But, yeah, it sounds like this one's going to be trap as well, then. So we got to be prepared here. Which we've already navigated this set previously. I'm trying to remember what that case had to, you know... which case that was, because I don't exactly remember. Just gonna bust through here. The Intolerance set. And I guess this was a real film, right? Yeah, because all the other landmarks are real, involving L.A.
There's the throne up there. Now it's just a matter of getting to it.
Climb to the throne. Okay, well, we just saw that large staircase leading up to it. The question is, where is that staircase? Where doth that staircase begin? Looks like over this way. I don't... It's crazy to me, man. It's like I did all of this before, but I just don't remember it. It's really weird. You know, one thing I really like about doing videos like this is that it makes me stay much more observant. Because I probably do have some form of, like, ADHD or whatever. I'm pretty sure I do anyways. I know most people, like, self-diagnose these days, but I think I do. And, like, what I mean by that is, like, even back in the day, I would be kind of distracted when playing a lot of things.
Jesus, now look what you did. Hang
balance.
on, Cole. I'll get you off of there.
Oh, my God. Look at Cole shuffle around here. I guess we got to keep it balanced here. I don't know what Cole is doing, or what Rusty is doing. Rusty, you wanna do something? What is he doing?
Next
okay.
platform. Get that thing as close as you can, then jump.
Okay, here we go. Woohoo! Like how this set is just like a giant, like horrifying death trap in the middle of LA. Okay, let's go this way. I'm assuming forward. I'm not really sure where the game wants me to go at the moment. Looks like this way was not correct. We're trying to get to the throne. So what's going to get us closer? This thing is also massive. My God, I wonder if this was like realistic to how big the set was on the actual intolerance thing or whatever. I guess we're going this way. Or not? Okay, where am I trying to get to? Yeah, this place is so bad. I mean, typically a game does not give you like a bunch of places to go to if you can't actually do something there. So it looks like maybe we're supposed to interact with this statue to get that bridge down or whatever. I am confused. I'm not sure what I'm supposed... Am I supposed to like shoot something? It's been forever since we've been even able to use our gun. I don't know where the game wants me to go. There's like that ramp up there. Maybe it's whatever this... Oh, okay. I did not realize that was a ladder whatsoever. Oh, and that's the throne right there. Okay. I thought we were going to keep heading up and up and up. So what do we got here? Another relic from a murder. Ah, that one I do remember.
Ring. Evelyn Summers.
Yeah, I remember them mentioning the typewriter key turned into a ring, which I thought was a really good idea for a ring, actually. And then what do we got here?
The place he calls home. End of the line.
Remit the anguish of that lighted stare. Close those wan lips. Let that thorn-wounded brow... Okay, thorn-wounded. So that's the, yeah, we saw that one. The Jesus Christ place with the crown of thorns. Just the church or whatever. Stream not with blood, it mingles with thy tears. Fix those tortured orbs in peace and death. So thy sick throes shake not that crucifix. Yep, so those pale fingers play not with thy gore. Oh, horrible. Thy name I will not speak, it hath become a curse. I see the wise, the mild, the lofty, and the just, whom thy slaves hate for being like to thee, some hunted by foul lies from their heart's home, an early chosen, late lamented home. Yep, gotta be the, whatever that place was. Dilapidated church or whatever. Escape the intolerance set. Ooh, boy, okay.
No.
Oh, yes.
No!
You're fine, Cole. Use that military sprinting. There you go.
I thought the whole thing was going to come crashing down on you.
I thought so too. He murdered Evelyn Summers, Rusty. The last trophy was her ring.
Did you find another piece of the poem?
Yes. The last piece.
You sure, Cole?
Let's find out.
I mean, we've been right, like, what, 5 or 6 times? I would definitely put faith in Cole if I were Rusty. Okay, so where was that place? It was, I think, over here on the left side, right? Not the tar pit. Not the art museum. Not the hidden vehicle. Where was it? Is it this one? Christ Crown of Thorns. Yeah, what is this? It's a Gothic revival masterpiece, but fell into disrepair. What does that mean? A Gothic revival masterpiece. I'm assuming that was a functional church, right? Sounds weird that it would be just like an art installation or something. Also, especially at this time, where religion was taken much more seriously.
Phelps. I'm not trying to justify this.
Hear me out, Rusty. This guy has been successfully slaughtering women in this town for half a year, maybe longer. He researches who he kills, and then plants evidence so that we always have someone to go after. If he hadn't sent the letters in the poem, he could have gone on forever. We would have been none the wiser. We would have 4 executed men on our conscience and have been happy about it. Why else is he doing this?
You're the new face of the department, Phelps. The modern cop who tries to understand why the perp does what he does. Me?
I mean, it's definitely interesting.
A citizen reports suspicious activity, 111 South Alameda. Stand by for any Central unit.
Okay, yeah, it's an abandoned church here. Reminded me of Dexter. Just leveled up to 16 and got another intuition point.
Reminds me of my days as an altar boy.
There's a light coming from the house.
Nothing hasty, gentlemen. Keep your hands where I can see them, or I'll be forced to redecorate the stucco with your entrails.
We're from the LAPD, sir. I'm gonna tell you only once to lower your weapon.
The LAPD, you say? Is it really possible you could have found me after all this time? How interesting.
Put down the gun, shitbird. Last warning.
This boorish ignoramus could never have found me. It was you, wasn't it? Do you remember me, detective?
The temp bartender.
Yes, you found me. You know what I'm capable of, and yet you walk in here like lambs dressed for the slaughter.
We'll see about that.
Garrett Mason? Wait, who? The temp bartender. Oh my god, really? It's just some random guy. I do love when that happens, like in a murder mystery or whatever. It's like some random, character. It fits for this game because there's so many, like, witnesses. I don't remember this one, though. The temp bartender. We've talked to a bunch of bartenders. Yeah, I'll have to look that up because I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's in the log? No, that just goes over that stuff. Yeah, I don't remember exactly who this guy is. Okay. We just trying to kill him here? Hold RB and use L to round a corner in cover. Sure. And then we'll get behind... Are we just rushing him? What are we doing? Alright, screw it.
Where did he go?
Down the tunnel?
We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
The house, Rusty. There must be another entrance into the house.
The temp bartender. Enter the catacombs. Uh-oh. This is getting quite spooky. Man, I do not remember that. I do not even remember this guy. I'm so glad I don't remember the story. I was kind of worried, like I'd be like, oh man, I hope I don't just know who the killers are and whatever, but yeah, I do not remember this whatsoever.
Give yourself up.
Also, can we find... Yeah, I'm assuming we're not looking for evidence. Whoa. So this guy's got like occult stuff. Or at least he seems to have gone crazy or something. I don't know. Okay, yeah, he's got like photographs, drawings everywhere. What the hell?
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Okay, there's something on here, but I'm not sure where. Wants me to look at some... Oh.
I hate to think what he's done with this thing.
Okay, what else we got here? More implements.
Medical experience, maybe? At least some working knowledge of biology. He's cruel and he's methodical.
Cruel and methodical and has medical experience. Yeah, because there was another scalpel, wasn't there? There was another scalpel involved with one of the cases.
If we could bring him in alive, there's enough physical evidence for an airtight case.
You heard him, Cole. He's fucking nuts. What are the chances of hauling him out of here alive?
I mean, hey, if we could take a crack shot, shoot the weapon out of his hand, that'd work out. Okay, so, yeah, we definitely have more clues here. Probably this bloody Resident Evil bathtub. Jesus.
You realize this must have been the place, Rusty.
Must have been the place for what? Like where he just killed his victims, I guess? Yeah.
It's the basis for all his riddles. Prometheus defied the cruel gods. This guy thinks he's doing the same thing.
Ah, yes,
Defying gods
Prometheus.
can be hazardous to your health.
That is true, Rusty. Okay, so we got to make sure we get all the evidence here because we can definitely just move on, even though, ironically, time is without a doubt a factor. It doesn't say show clues, but I don't really know. I mean, we could go, like, in the other room, too. I also want to check and see if we can see this guy's... Yeah, I mean, this would be a great time to look at clues here, but we've obviously got a chase on our hands, so it wouldn't really fit narratively. I want to see if I can... Can I take a look at this guy? Because I don't remember what he's from. Garrett Mason. Temp agency bartender and serial murderer. What? I do not remember the temp agency bartender. Vaguely. I think that's probably why they made him so vague, you know, so that you forget about him. We are indeed, Rusty.
Call for backup and keep an eye out above ground and see where this thing comes down.
Jesus! Oh my god. Scared the crap out of me.
You're an interesting man, Detective. Why the police force? You're obviously overqualified.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
Okay, so I guess...
Do I get a sense you're looking for personal redemption? Do you think we have something in common?
Surrender.
Yeah, it's confusing. I guess we're trying to press up here, but we have to wait for him to, like, shoot. Yeah, I guess we wait for him to stop shooting, then run up to cover. What is going on in there?
Are you acquainted with slaughter? Does it attract you? Understood the power.
The power of slaughter? I mean, we definitely... Yeah, we were in the war. We know something about it, I'm sure.
Are you comfortable out of the light, officer? Are you comfortable?
This thing has come to an end. You know that.
Okay, I think we're kind of letting him go here, so I'm trying to pick up the pace. I have no idea where he is right now.
You're exactly what I expected. We were looking for a low achiever.
We not going this way? A low achiever? Oh my god!
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
No, 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 no. Get back in cover. All right, let's go for it. Jesus! Oh my god, he got me. Unfortunate use of cover there.
We're going down there.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna make me go through that whole thing again? Okay, I have to go to the bathroom. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
We were looking for a low achiever.
Okay, so I'm not sure what happened here. I just shot him. I don't know if that was bad or good.
Where's
I'm
the
not sure if
press,
I could have
Cap?
taken him in.
I think Phelps and I should get a medal for this. This has got to be the case of the year, right? The case of the century when you think about it.
Are you finished?
Yes, Skipper.
Good. Because there won't be any press briefings or commendations.
What are you talking about? We got the werewolf, the guy who killed the Dahlia, killed all the other broads.
You got no one. Mason was a ghost.
Can you at least tell us why, Captain?
Mason is the half-brother of one of the most highly elected officials in this country.
How high?
Beyond the moon for mere mortals like us, Rusty. There'll be no more mention of him. The city owes you both. But there'll be no mileage in ever bringing this up again.
What's going to happen to the suspects in the cases, Captain? I won't be a part of that.
A bit of missing evidence at the grand jury. A procedural error here, a mistake there. They'll all be quietly let go. The DA knows how we'll have to play it.
So that's it?
I'm afraid it is. And I have some news for you, Phelps. No more rooting around in the entrails of cadavers and corpses for you. The head of Vice has asked the chief for you. I'm reluctant to see you go to the glory boys of advice, but my hands are tied. Go home to that lovely wife of yours and celebrate your promotion.
What? The simple art of murder complete. All cases on the homicide desk. No, stop with the vehicle damage. Oh my gosh, every time. Promoted to Vice Desk. Your actions have earned you a promotion. Prepare for reassignment. The case of the Black Dahlia remains open. The truth lost to all but a handful of men. 5-star case there.
Breathe out, kid. You'll go purple. I'm scared, Sarge. Everybody's scared, kid. Anyone who says he isn't is a damn liar. How many times have you been in combat, Sarge? I was with Raider Battalion on Peleliu my first time. Was it bad? It's always bad. Will this be bad? As bad as it gets, kid. But you stick by the Marine next to you, and he will stick by you. So, some of the guys, they aren't very friendly, Sarge. They've lost a lot of their friends in the last couple of days, kid. They think if they don't get to know you, that they won't have to grieve for you if you get killed. They're wrong. It doesn't work that way. Don't worry. No Marine in this company will let you down.
The Black Caesar.
Phelps, welcome to Vice. This is your new partner, Roy Earl. Take a seat. A special request was made to transfer you to Ad Vice. We need a man with your kind of starch on this desk, son. We have 2 dead Negroes found in an apartment this morning on Yucca Street. Number 6358, apartment 5.
We got better things to be doing than wasting our time on 2 dead junkies.
Did I ask your opinion, detective? 2 men dead on U.S. Army issue morphine. That makes it an advice case. Beat it.
Yes, sir. You and the lieutenant have some history?
You could say that. We used to be partners. So, you're working with the big boys now, Cole?
I guess so, Roy. I thought homicide was the primo assignment.
That may be the case. I asked for you personally, Phelps. I had to pull a few strings to get you over to Advice. How does it feel?
The lieutenant seems to think I'm doing okay.
Okay? Don't get humble on me, Phelps. You're doing great. You're the department pinup boy. War hero and crime fighter. What a combination.
I can assure you I'm no war hero, detective.
Let's rouse some hopheads.
Man, oh man, a lot of things to discuss here. I guess we'll wait for the save to discuss it. We got a new car as well, and a new partner, Roy Earl. Cadillac Series 62 convertible.
Nice car, Roy. Is it department issue?
No, this is my sled. You can't be seen slumming it in a Nash if you're in Vice, Cole. Meanwhile, we got needle freaks kissing it goodbye all over Central Avenue.
Any in the vicinity officer needs assistance, 1825 North Highland Avenue, 1825 North Highland Avenue. Unit to handle code 2 identify.
Not gonna happen. But, yeah, okay. Waiting for the save here. I don't know if we got any save option in the bottom right there, so we're gonna have to progress a little further, because I don't want to have to redo that entire murder segment. Anyways, yeah, I guess we'll get this next scene here, but man, oh man, so, yeah, corrupt cops, which is unfortunate because I liked that police chief, but he's corrupt because, I mean, I don't know how you would do it, right? If, like, everything is so entrenched in being corrupt, how do you break out of the cycle? Can you do it alone, or are you just going to get a bullet to your head and kind of ruin your family, you know? I don't know, but, yeah, so it turns out the killer was, that's a little anticlimactic, right? I guess not. I mean, yeah. I like I said, I remember vague glimpses of the story here, and I don't want to say anything that's a spoiler, which I don't even know if it's a spoiler, but interesting. It was a random dude that I guess we interviewed at some point, a temp bartender that was just crazy and killing people. Seemed to be some sort of well-studied guy, too, because he liked that Cole was intelligent. And then he is the brother, with this comes out of nowhere, is the brother of some random high election official or something. So it just gets all swept under the rug. It kind of feels a little anticlimactic, and then we were moved over to add Vice very quickly at the request of our new partner, Roy. And in addition to that, yeah, these two dead people apparently were high on U.S.-issued morphine, which I feel like that ties into the newspaper story, right? Because it was about a guy coming back from the war and then trying to deal illegal morphine, I guess, to everybody. So very, very, very curious, like, where all of this is going. I'm trying to stay, again, knowledgeable about, you know, stay observant about all the different elements. It's quite difficult. Junkie's apartment. 4 a.m.
They really picked a prize shithole for our first date.
It seems like that's true. Okay.
It's up the stairs, detectives. Around the corner, last door on the left.
So there's the save, so we'll end here. It's a little tricky to kind of find a stopping point for this particular game. But very curious as to what's going on. Like I said, I remember vague things, but it's all jumbled. I'm also curious if we could have taken in that guy for questioning, because I shot him in the hallway, but you could also fight him in the graveyard. I'm assuming not, because I don't think the game would have let you tackle him. But I do want to do some research to see who that guy was, and also if you could take him in, which would drastically change the game, I feel like. But anyways, we'll end this episode here. Things are getting good. Hope you're enjoying the playthrough. Let me know in the comment section below, folks. Yeah, have you played D&D? Any interest in D&D? Let me know. I am getting more and more into it as the days go by. And finally, if you would like to get involved with the Patreon channel, it is $1. You get a ton of stuff, and you can influence the future of this channel. Link is in the description. Big thank you to my patrons, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.